Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. Today's Tuesday. We got the stock markets in rally mode. Dow's up about 400 points. Nasdaq's up about 300 points. But this is coming off the low. Now look, I don't think we've seen the low yet. I think we're actually going to go back and retest the recent low and maybe drop even down a little bit farther. Now, do I think we'll see a new high this year? Actually, I do. I think we're in a topping out process. Now, topping out process doesn't mean we've already hit the high, even though we're coming down. Come down, go up, make a new high, come back, then you got problems. Then you got the crash coming. But I do think we're going to make a newer, lower low first, come back up, make a new higher high, and then later in the year, I do see a crash coming. It's just a debt crash is what it is. I mean, look at U.S. households took on another $1 trillion in debt in 2021. Another trillion. The U.S. households. The debt bubble is just getting wider and wider, greater and greater. This market is fueled by debt. We need more debt to fuel the market. Look at the Federal Reserve. What you got? They got about $10 trillion. Our U.S. debt's about $30 trillion. Debt is what's fueling the market, and we're going to need more of it to fuel this market. And they're going to try, and I think they can push it up one more time before the big crash happens. Now, right now, we're in this trading range. What was resistance before on the downside is now resistance on the upside. For example, in the SPY, okay, so the downside, the 50-day moving average, we were bouncing higher. But right now, when we come up to the 50-day moving average, we come back lower. The 50-day moving average on the S&P is now resistance to the upside. I don't think we're going to get above it. I don't think we're going to get above the 200-day is now resistance on the NASDAQ. Maybe we get up to it, but we've been rejected twice now. I think we're going to get rejected a third time if we get there. And we're going to make that lower low. Then the recent low is going to go lower. Okay, now I do see a new high down the road, probably in, I don't know, June, maybe July. But after that, look out below in the second half of the year, maybe in the last quarter. We're going to have a crash this year. It's not going to be pretty. That's just my prediction. Once again, I'm a stock market gambler. It's what I do. What I want to talk today about is, well, it's the housing market. And in the housing market, let's say we have some good news on the inflation front. Okay, that good news is that new home prices are starting to drop. Okay, now why are new home prices starting to drop? Because the cost of materials to go into the new homes is actually going up. But why are these new home prices starting to drop? Well, it's because they can't get them sold. The affordability factor, it's gone. They cannot get the houses sold. Now, let's say you're a home builder, and let's say you built this complex of 1,000 homes, and you got 400 of them sold up here at $800,000, but you can't get the next one sold. What do you got to do? Well, you got to lower it. $780, $760, $740, $720,000. Now, if you're one of the persons that bought at $800,000, you're going to be a little bit upset because your home has already gone down 10%. That's correct. New home prices have already come down 10%, and they've done it just in the last 2 months. Now, in 2008, the total price that new homes dropped, it was only 20%. We're already come down 10% in the last 2 months. Okay, now we're just getting started here. Things are starting to shift in the real estate market. The real estate market's changing. Look at interest rates are what's doing this. Interest rates are at 4%. 4% for the 30-year loan right now. Now that's going up. It's headed in the upward direction, and this puts pressure on what people can afford. Now, if you've built all these homes, you have to sell them. You have to get them sold somehow. So what's your only alternative? Well, can you change the location of where you built the home? No, you can't move the home. You got to sell the home right where it is. Now, how are you going to get it sold? Well, the only way you can get it sold is to lower the price. Now, you got to lower the price. The more interest rates go up, you got to lower that price. And it's kind of called like a death cycle. It's a death spiral because the lower price comes down, the more interest rates go up, the lower it goes. Now, this is just new homes now. Now, existing homes, they're still selling. They're still going. They're still moving through the marketplace. Okay, so if you got an existing home, might be a good time to get out. Now, I'm not supposed to say that. Full disclosure, I'm a real estate broker. It's always a great time to buy. Oh, I don't think it is. I think it's a really good time to get out, because once you start to see the prices drop in your neighborhood, instead of the fear of missing out, sellers, they have the fear of getting out. They want to get out, and they want to get out at the high price. They want to get out at what Billy Bob sold his house for. Billy Bob got $800,000. I'm not taking $780. I'm going to sit until I get $800,000. Well, you might be sitting for a while because someone's going to jump below you. They might jump down to $760,000. Look, you have to get below the market to get your house sold. Okay, you got to get below the market. Now, right now, it's kind of interesting in the U.S. Only 25% of people, they do a poll, and they ask people, is it a good time to buy a house? Only 25% of people said it was a good time to buy a house. 25% of people say it's a good time to buy a house. Now, how many said it was a good time to sell a house? 70% of people think it's a good time to sell a house. I would agree. Now, the public's not usually right, so that makes me a little bit nervous, but the public is right this time. They're getting it right. Okay, right? I think they're getting it right. But we got these mortgage rates going up, and it's causing this change in the real estate market. Now, there's this company, it's fascinating to me. It's called Homie.com, Homie, I think it is .com. Now, what are they? Well, they're an online broker. Okay? I'm a real estate broker, but this is an online broker. Now, they're laying off 1/3 of their workforce. 1/3 of their workforce already. Now, it's only, don't get too crazy, it's only 120 employees, but that's 1/3 of all the people that work at Homie. Now, as a real estate broker, most of these people are probably commission only, but the reason they say that they had to lay them off is because of the change in the real estate market. The real estate market is changing. There's not as many transactions. We've been going like this. Since 2008. We've had 12, 14-year run, right? Straight up. Things go up for only so long. We can't go to the moon. People think we can. Some people think we're going to double from here. I am not one of those people. I think we're going to get a half-off sale, and I think that half-off sale is coming relatively soon. Now, real estate, it takes time to play out. But the question for me that I have for you is, what is going to come first? Is the real estate crash going to happen first, or is the stock market crash going to happen first? Because when one happens, the other's going to follow. Look at it. If real estate starts to crash, stock market's coming down. Now, stock market, it can crash really fast. It can crash 50% in a day. 50% one day, you just click the button and you're out. You got a house to sell, you can't click a button and get out. You cannot. Sure, you got these iBuyers that'll come in and they'll give you a cash offer 30% below the market. Let's say the market for your house is $800,000. They'll come in and they'll say, hey, I'll give you $500 for it. And you go, well, wait a minute, it's worth $8. Well, yeah, try to sell it for that. It's going to take you time. It takes time to get out. And that time, market can go down while you're getting your home ready for sale. A lot of people, they paint their house, they put new carpets and they spruce it up. And that takes 2 or 3 months. In that 2 or 3 months, you know what? That house can drop $50, $60, $100,000. There becomes that fear of missing out. You do not want to miss out on getting out. It's the FOMO of the FOGO. The fear of missing out of the fear of getting out. You want to get out at these high prices. If you can, I'm not saying to go out and sell your principal residence. Everybody needs a place to live. But if you're going to be selling in the next 1 or 2 years, you might really start to consider selling now. I think it's an excellent time to sell. Do I think it's an excellent time to buy? I really do not. Now, I'm a broker. I got 5 people that I'm looking for houses for. They want to buy right now, and I'm just going, I don't know why you want to buy right now, and they just think the market's going higher. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everything I say here is just an opinion. I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong. Houses prices could double from here. I just don't believe it. Now, the stock market, could it double from here? Absolutely. I don't believe that either. I believe we're going to get half off sale in both the stock market and the real estate market. Now, do I think let's go back to the stock market. Yes, I think we're going to get to a new high. I don't think we've seen the high yet. I don't. I think we're going to retest the recent low, probably pass it a little bit, and then we're going to have one last run up. They're going to come out with some stimulus, some infrastructure package. It's going to be trillions and trillions of dollars, and they're going to pump it into the market one last time. This market's dying. It's like a drug addict on life support, but they're going to give it one more fix before the drug addict dies. Look it. This market is going to come down, but I don't think I think we're going to see a new record high. I think we're going to come down a little bit, retest the recent low, go to new record highs. Later in the year, I think you're going to get that half off sale. Now, that half off sale may happen when the real estate market starts to crash. Real estate market is a house of cards at these levels. We're in a bubble. We're in the everything bubble. Two things that I do not think are in a bubble that I'm buying right now are gold and silver. I don't think those are in a bubble. I really don't. We'll see what happens. I'm Tall Mike. Get out there, everybody. Have a great Tuesday. We'll talk again real soon. Bye-bye now.